If you're born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st, or if you have a Lifepath 4, I highly suggest you watch the show called Dexter. If you have already watched it and you are a 4, watch it again because you will resonate with that show so hard. Dexter is a perfect example of how 4s are like and what their lifestyles are like. I'm not saying that they're serial killers, but all I'm saying is that the obsession that Dexter had for killing and his methodical, meticulous, attention to detail-oriented nature. Dexter was also perfectionistic, and he was so routine-oriented. He also planned out everything to the smallest detail, and he stuck to the plan and it worked out every single time perfectly. That is exactly how 4s are. When Dexter was a child, he watched his biological mother get murdered right in front of his face, and this traumatized him and caused him to develop this hunger for killing. And so when he got adopted by this adoptive family, they didn't know that he had these urges to kill, and so they raised him like a normal kid. But as he got older and started developing into a teenager, he started showing serial killer tendencies. He started killing animals, then he started killing people, and then his adoptive father found out about it. And then his adoptive father, instead of turning him to the police, his adoptive father tried to coach Dexter into fighting these urges that he had to kill. But his urges just got stronger and stronger and stronger the more he killed. And so his father couldn't stop him from doing it. And so his father just said, "Hey, Dexter, I love you, but I can't stop you from killing. I can't help you anymore. So just promise me that you will only kill people that are bad guys. Only do it to the people who deserve it. Only do it to the scum of the earth." And Dexter listened. That's exactly what he did. He couldn't fight his urges. He had to keep killing. But he only did it to people who truly deserved it. And so before Dexter killed anybody, he always vetted the person out. He would do research on that person and learn everything that there is to know about that person. And then he would plan out everything perfectly to the smallest detail. He was very methodical. He had very clean instruments. Everything he did was well calculated in advance. And everything he did was just so efficient. And after he killed each person, he got better and better and better at it. And he started perfecting his craft. And that's all he cared about. He didn't care about materialistic possessions or desires or any of that stuff. He was just solely fixated on killing. And he developed an entire philosophy off of this obsession. And as a 4, that is what you are here to do. Not be a serial killer, but all 4s have some type of obsession. And if you don't have one now, you're going to develop one at some point in your life. And by you trying to ignore that obsession and that urge, it's only going to grow stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where you're going to have to act on it. And if you don't act upon it, it's going to drive you insane as a 4. The 4 is the most obsessive number. But another thing about 4s is that they have to live their life by a code. All 4s have to live life by some type of code because 4's number of traditions. As smart as 4s are, even if their tradition doesn't make sense, or even if their code doesn't make sense, they're still going to follow it, and that can be the demise. But this is also another reason why 4s tend to be the most successful people when it comes to pursuing your dreams, because they're so obsessed and fixated on it that every moment that they spend not working towards it drives them insane. Because 4s are by Rahu. Rahu's the planet of illusions. It causes you to think that if you don't have this thing, then you're not going to be able to function without it. And so 4s tend to be very routine-oriented, very organized, very methodical, and extremely obsessed and extremely hardworking. And so they will not stop until this illusion that they have in their mind, or this obsession that they have in their mind, is manifested into reality. And they want to manifest it into the smallest, most meticulous, detail-oriented way. Look at Tarantino's movies. He's a 4. They're so detailed. Look at Deion Sanders is another 4. Look at how good he was at what he did. NBA Youngboy is another 4. Kevin Gates is a 4. King Von is a 4. Kevin Samuels is a 4. Will Smith is a 4. Bill Gates is a 4. Oprah Winfrey is a 4. Brad Pitt is a 4. Drake is a 4. Kai Cenat is a 4. Jay-Z is a 4. Beyonce is a 4. Ice Spice is a 4. I can keep naming fours forever. Even Cameron is a four as well. I just checked, and Barack Obama as well. And this is the reason why I mentioned Cameron as Diddy's also a four. But the reason why I mentioned Cameron is because there's a recent clip, and I'm pretty sure all of y'all have saw it. But that clip where Cameron checked Adrian Broner, the boxer, and everyone was like, "Yo, he really like checked the boxer." And it's because fours don't compromise their principles for anything. For anything. Cameron felt like his coworker was disrespected. He views that person as a sister, and so he stood up for her and kicked Adrian Broner out of the office. And that dude is a boxer. Adrian Broner, as washed up and out as washed up as Adrian Broner is now, he could still whoop any normal person's ass. The fact that he had the balls to walk up to a professional boxer, go up to his face and kick him out of that thing. That's how fours are. That's why Cameron was able to do that, because fours, they do not compromise for their principles. That's exactly how my little brother is. He's a four. He does not compromise his principles for anything. And my little brother loves me to death. But if I ever asked him to do anything that went against his principles, he would never do it. But anything else I asked him, he would do it. Anything else anyone asked him in the family, he would do it. But if it goes against his principles, he will never do that shit. Fours don't care about if they win. They don't care about if they lose. All they have is this obsession, and they will not stop working toward it until they have it. And so if you're a four, and you go, "Man, I don't have a hard work ethic. I'm lazy as hell. I'm not disciplined. I'm none of these things." It's because you're not focusing your energy on the things that you're obsessed with. The things that you're obsessed with, you're super routine-oriented, disciplined, and hard working towards it. I promise you are. And so as a four, pursue the things that you're obsessed with in life, because that's where you're going to have the most potential at. And I promise you, if you're obsessed with something, you're going to get it, or you're going to die in the process of getting it. But yeah, overall as a four, you are here to turn obsession into perfection. Four is a number of perfection. A square has four sides, which is 360 degrees. That represents perfection on the material plane. But yeah, to book your reading or to access my numerology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net, or you can also access that in the link in my profile bio. But have a great rest of your day.